Okay. So when we built this Airbnb, like everyone in the market was saying, you know, it looks so stable. You guys are gonna survive. The low season is gonna be good and everything. Every day we're scared to lose it because we create like our own market. When you go different, you have to be able like to take the beating that comes with it, and that excites me, because for the first time I'm gonna get beaten up. Like I will come back with like maybe like a black eye, because of the how do you call it? Of the boxing. Let's call them now and see how it goes. It's Grand Brothers. It's like two Jamaican brothers. They're pretty good and funny. Let's get in the car. No. Sunday. Oh my god. They're closed. They open tomorrow. Fuck. They didn't go as planned. It's fine. So let me share with you what I did the last 7 months. Share with you some mistakes. Because one thing that we're gonna have, one of the rules is always being transparent. So I will share with you the mistakes, what we did right, what we did wrong, and we're gonna have fun from the journey. Where's the coffee? This guy is my guy. I hope it's not full. Okay, no, it's not. We're a Sunday. Oh. There's nothing better than hot chocolate. In winter season, oh my god. So where to start off? Back in January 2024, I got hired for a job in aerospace because basically I did aerospace engineering. And at the same time I was doing my degree, I opened a construction company, and I'll show you some project later. And one thing that bothered me every time every time I did the project was when I finish it, I give it my heart, Everything I do it with the heart. I make sure that it's done in a way where it's gonna last for a long time, and I do it in a way where I can show it to my people and be proud of it. Otherwise, I don't do it. So I built first a restaurant, then I built a barber shop, and I did a lot of outside renovation. So when I say outside renovation, it's like you go in a backyard and you remodel everything. You put a pool, you put a shed, you put like a fire pit. And when I finished my degree, I wanted to let free my creativity, because when you're in aerospace, you have to follow some strict rules and you have to follow the procedures, and you cannot be that much innovative because they have to keep the safety features that the airplanes has, and there's some safety procedures. So it's, in my head it was exploding, I was still young, 22, 21 years old. And from there, when I finished, I decided to start a online marketing agency. I just wanted to start recording, to let a little bit free my creativity, let's say. It completely flopped. It was a big mistake, okay? But hey, we learn from the mistakes. So my parents convinced me to find an aerospace job. I said, okay, fine, you know what? Anyways, I lost money and I need to get back some of it. And I was like, I don't want to do construction anymore, designs, because I felt fed up, in some sort of ways, because I felt like I was always in a loop. Like I do it for people, but I'm not doing it for me. and people are benefiting from my knowledge, but I'm also paid for it. But also, since I was young, I was forgetting how to like, not forgetting, but I always forgot myself. Like, I don't have to make profit because it's gonna be in my my resume. You know, I did this, I did that, and now when I roam around in Montreal, I did this shop, I did this shop, and you know, I was working mostly like to learn. So, but at that phase, I just wanted to make money a little bit. So I didn't had the right motives. I was doing, I was doing it because everyone was doing it, and some of the people was like, I'm making more money. Coming back to it, I think, yeah, we came back to the roots. I said, okay, let's stabilize. I found a job. It was management of private jets. I applied to the job, and at the same time that I get hired, like my first day, my first week, I get a contract to build a barber shop. And when it's a new job, it's very, very hard to adjust everything. And from my end, I thought maybe I have to sleep less, but make it work, okay? Because I still love creating, I cannot say no. And in my job, from the first week, first day I entered, I said, okay, I'm not, like, this job is not for me. It's not, I'm not built. This job is not for me, okay? And because I just had basically to read documents and make sure that it was correlating with like some of the regulation, and that's it, and make sure that that entry is good. And I said I didn't study 4 years just like to read documents and make sure that it corresponds. And I finished the contract construction at the same time, and I was speaking with my brother. And I said, I mean, I cannot live this way. I have to like dig my path. I have no choice. And in the family in my family, God bless, I have very good parents, very smart parents, and good family surrounding me. And I'm the first one in the family who's creative. And it's a path that has not been digged yet. So it's a bit hard, you feel lost sometimes. So we start looking for a project where I can like express my creativity, my taste, and I just wanted to create. Basically, I live to create. And it was a bit hard in the beginning to find. Then we sat in a lounge, we were talking, then the idea came. What if we do Airbnbs? Because I saw that you can like decorate it the way you want and it's for your business. I said, why not? Because I don't want to do a restaurant, I don't know how to cook. And Airbnb is basically real estate management. And since we had properties in the family, we knew how to manage the people entering, leaving. And it was just a few extra services and that comes more often. So I said, why not? Let's try it. We started looking for properties to rent, and we saw that in the same month, there is one Airbnb in Old Port that got burned because of the guests, and there was people who got killed and everything. So Montreal took heavy restrictions against Airbnbs in Montreal, like in the downtown. So we tried to see in USA if we could do it. And the investment was a bit bigger than we expected. So we said, okay, no, maybe it's not good. Then we had some real estate agents who used to like come to us, they show us properties, like they text you on WhatsApp or Instagram, they say, hi, I got your information, I have this property available for you. Then we said, why not Dubai? Then we start looking at the market and we see that there's a lot of profit that can be made. And regarding my expertise and my taste, I know that our Airbnb is gonna be like, it's gonna grow out of the picture, like it's gonna be seen. We know it because everyone was doing white. And the competition was pretty low. So we prepared everything during 6 months. So from Jan to June, when we left, we prepare everything, we find the property, I try to find some people to build and everything. We prepare the money, then we go. And we built the first Airbnb. When we finished it, we take the pictures. The guy who came to take the pictures, he said, I've never seen something like this in my life. And he does actually all the properties in Dubai, or most of them. He's very good at what he does. Expensive but good, very good. And we posted we received the pictures like 4 or 5 days later, and we posted it on Airbnb. And we were stressed because construction, I'm used to it. I'm used to design, everything. And I said, let's invest a lot in this property because I want to show like the surrounding that I can do like some good stuff and I can make it look great. And since it's under my name, I'll be the one who's gonna profit. So we went over the top. Airbnb, we post the pictures and we get banned. First week. They said, because I had to call them, guys, what is happening? This is not normal. Why am I banned? They said, we banned you because we thought your Airbnb, the pictures were AI generated. We took it as a compliment. And we smiled, but you know, we're losing still money every day since it's not rented. They unbanned us, then 2-3 days later we got the first booking. Then bookings after bookings after bookings after bookings after booking. And the thinking behind it, since me, I always wanted to create. And when you create for the others, you don't feel as much appreciated as when you create for yourself. This is something that I learned the hard way a little bit. And because when people hire you to create for them, most of them, since we were in Montreal, they gave me like their life saving and they spent years to gather it. And if you mess up the business, sort of it. But you're a big reason behind like if it goes well or bad. And when I used to put designs and everything, usually the business go up, okay? Because my designs were appealing to the market. But my market was the client who's paying me to build for him. So there was, oh, this is not good, change this, change that. But it's not everyone who can understand what like goes together, what doesn't go together. It's like putting like garlic in eggs. You're not supposed to do that. People who does it, please stop. Anyways, in my mind, it was crazy because it was for me, and people like every person, every client who used to enter the apartment were like, it's so beautiful, what is this? Please give me your phone number. And it's like I felt sort of clout, you know, and there's some people who wanted to come. There was too many bookings at the same time, and it exploded, you know, so in some sort of ways. And me in my mind, it was very weird to like, I didn't know in the beginning, but I was dealing with the imposter syndrome. I said like, this is natural for me. Like, why people are like feeling crazy over it? Why are people getting crazy? And this is where my imposter syndrome started. And I felt like I felt in a weird stage in my life where I'm still young, you know, because I was only 24 years old and I had many emotions coming at the same time because we went to Dubai, me and my brother. We opened the first Airbnb and everything, but my brother left before it was open, so he never saw the final product. So he was quite detached from it, but he was still implicated. And I had my first birthday alone. The next day he left. I I cried in the shower, you know, because, you know, it like you feel like you're being a grown man. You're starting to be a grown man. Like, all right, it's your birthday. Like, carry on, you know. And I remember going to the bank, and the lady was to get my bank card and everything. The lady said to me, "Happy birthday." And I looked at her. I almost had a tear because it's the first time in my life where I felt alone, but genuinely alone. You know, my family was like hours and hours, thousands of kilometers away, and I had nobody. And sometimes you just feel really lonely. So everything that happens in your day becomes like times 10, you know? You have an interaction with like the guard, you drag it for like 5-10 minutes. With security, you drag it because you're scared sometimes to be alone and everything. So I had to face like loneliness plus imposter syndrome. And it was very weird for me because I didn't know how to handle it. And you know, you miss your parents, you miss your family, and you have to live with the discomfort and be comfortable with it. And it was a bit weird to still take good decisions. Then I said to my brother, I'm very bored, let's open a second one. We opened the second one, and in the meanwhile, there was a lot of procedures, problems that we had that we're gonna cover in future episodes. And we opened the second one, and it's even better than the first one. And it was like a confirmation for me, because in the first one I was confident when I was doing it. The second one, I had the imposter syndrome, and I was dealing with loneliness, not being sure. In the meanwhile, I even got scammed. And it's not you lose confidence, it's just like you don't know what you should trust, what you shouldn't trust. And you become everything is so vague. And in my head, I was like, okay, by October, it's gonna be high season. We're gonna become millionaires and everything. It was not realistic in my head, following the path that I chose. And October comes, there's 1,000 Airbnbs that got open. So we were supposed to charge a certain price. It got dropped down by half because of the competition. So we make sure that ourselves, we survive, and them, they die or they switch ways of doing it, you know? And we stabilize by next year and everything. So, and I was pretty arrogant in a way where I said, my product is too good to flop. But please guys, remember the Titanic, you know what happened with it. You know, you think you got it all because you have the latest technology, you have the latest designs, you have the latest ways of doing, the newest way, it's solid and everything. No, nothing is solid. And at the moment where I'm speaking, I'm at risk of losing both of them, okay, because of that principle, you know. And I came back to Montreal because I was planning on expanding, because you know when you have Elon Musk who says, let's go to Mars, let's go land there. People say fix the Earth first. But when you look forward, let's say you achieve forward, you can come back with better technology to fix the actual problem that you have at the moment, you know? So I said, I want to expand, you know, to have more apartments, show that we're here. But I said, I'm not expanding in that way. Being having the imposter syndrome, not knowing what to trust, not having confidence in anyone. And sometimes you doubt yourself. You're like, did I trust the right people? You question yourself, you know? Imposter syndrome is something that has really to be addressed, you know? And I don't know if some of you guys read Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a manga who got really popular really fast. And it got really popular at the moment where the writer was finishing the series. And he got the imposter syndrome at the same time, and you can feel it in the last chapters where he's not stable anymore. In his drawing, like there's some improvisation. There is some ways where he loses confidence in his own ability, and this is why I came back to Montreal, to fix it. And one of my first steps is to be proactive, not letting things happen to me. I'll be the one who's gonna create the things, anticipate, you know. And one of the things is, first we get back to sport, okay, combat sports. I believe that the gym is not a discipline. You have to be disciplined, but it's not a discipline. I think it's complementary, okay? If you genuinely want to build confidence, you have to do a real discipline. Like I used to do judo when I was still studying, still a student, and the amount of confidence it gave me to pass through my exams, it was phenomenal, you know. And you know, I kept it. Then when you go through phases where it's hard in your life, you have to, you know, get some punches through your head, you know. When you have to be humbled a little bit. And sports of combat is like always one of the ways to get it like out of your system, you know. It can be soccer, it can be anything. But for me, I'll go back to boxing because when my brother, he left Dubai, he started boxing. And the gym where he started boxing, we went to visit it together. And now he has a 7 months advance on me, you know? And I don't want to leave him shadow boxing alone, you know? Because at the moment, I don't know how to throw a punch. And sometimes, you know, it plays in my mind. Even if like, you know, when you're young, you used to fight and everything. I didn't really lose fights, but because I used to do judo. So people go to see because I used to throw people around, twice my size anyways. And I said, okay, let's humble myself and go do something new and try boxing, start boxing and share the experience with my brother again. And I'll show you a picture before and after. And the amount of confidence he got out of it, it helped him even start a new business, being like having this drive, you know. And he's looking forward to be punched in the face, you know, to see how he's gonna block it and come back, you know. And me, I used to do it in life, but now I also want to do it like in practice and everything. And I don't think we should be there and saying, I have demons. No. It's just you have, there's some stuff you're inexperienced or you don't know how to react to it. Find the problem, address the problem, fix it, be humble, try to look for a teacher, look for help, and from there you can grow, you know. Because me on my side, I admit I had the lack of confidence in, because I had the imposter syndrome, you know. And I came back to Montreal to fix it because Montreal is pretty soft, you know. Everyone is like good people, or like they understand how it is to be hard. But Dubai is sharks. You have so much competition. There's sharks over there, sharks, real sharks. Like they don't care if like you spend 10 years like putting aside and everything, you know. You don't have the money, get out. But this is like the base market, you know.
Did you expect Dubai to have many sharks in a competitive market like that?
Did I expect Dubai to have that many sharks in the market?
Have a competitive market, yeah.
To be honest, no. And even when we got there, like we were more creative and we had like some ways, like we imposed ourselves, you know. And even the guy who took the pictures, he said we became famous with these apartments that we built. And because he posted on his social medias and everyone is like, oh, who did it? We want the same guy who's gonna do it for us, you know. And from there, we were like in a bubble. And yeah, I think like this competition, I didn't thought like, because mostly this competition is the market who moves very, very, very fast. So no, on my side, I didn't know that it moves that fast. Like from the first building of the first Airbnb to the second one, there was like more than 500 Airbnbs that got like posted in the downtown of Dubai. And this I didn't expect it to happen as fast. So closing the subject, regarding today's video, first I presented myself. Now the journey is prepare myself to go back to Dubai, okay, with the right mindset, the right tools, and expand. My objective, okay, outside of going back to Dubai, because going back is not enough, is to be a developer, okay? I want to live by creating. I want to design a supercar. I want to build a supercar. I want to build like, but for now, I want to build a building, a real building. We're going to start with some houses, neighborhoods, and everything. And we're going to document everything. And I hope starting to stream it also. It will be really nice. And from there also, we're going to combat this imposter syndrome that is hunting me. I'm not able to sleep sometimes, you know. Next video, we're gonna have 2 parts, okay? We're gonna go Spar first. Second, I will share with you guys my trip in Las Vegas, because I'm going there in the next few days to go to a conference. I will record some of it, and it's regarding new technologies, new ways to work things out, but mostly new technologies like AI, 3D printing, and many others. And go look for some new ideas, you know. Explore a little bit the American market. And let's hope it goes for the best. Yeah.